welcome to Newsline, the last in the month of January. I am Jennifer Igwe. Now, it's no longer news that the Lagos State government has slammed a ban on the use of styrofoams and other single-use plastics. An excellent development, if you ask me, because their menace is way off the roof, silently dishing hazardous impacts that we swallow when we use them for quick food packaging. They also clog our drainage channels, literally conniving with flash floods to wreak havoc, in addition to a long list of woes linked to them. But what alternatives can we explore? Stay tuned to find out. Then, what is Lagos without diverse cuisines? And why is location not a priority? Food on the go is lasgidi for you. For more on this, you have to hang on. And from Lagos, we will go to Kano, where there is a market where women can compete with their male counterparts for economic impact. In a conservative place like Kano, how? Stay tuned for answers and an interesting myth about the market. We have other intriguing stories, celebration of love, and a broadcast veteran you will certainly hear about someday in your history class. Now you're wondering who I'm talking about? You have to stay tuned to find out. Well, we have to start with the news segment, and Claire Adelabu Abdurazak in Abuja is all set. Claire, over to you.
Jennifer, how could you not talk about the Super Eagles performance last night? Jennifer! Anyway, I know you will take it up later when we get back to you. But let's come back to our Abuja studios to begin the news tonight. And welcome. 3 West African countries under a military rule, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, have agreed to leave the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Now, a statement read out on Niger national television this Sunday says the 3 states are leaving the region of bloc immediately. The statement read by Colonel Amadou Abdramane, Niger junta spokesperson, says that the peoples of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are regretful and disappointed with the actions of the ECOWAS, stating that the ECOWAS organization has drifted from the ideals of its founding fathers and the spirit of Pan-Africanism established 49 years ago. Colonel Amadou Abdramane, ECOWAS failed to assist the 3 states in their existential fight against terrorism and insecurity. Meanwhile, the Commission of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has clarified that it is working assiduously with Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso for the restoration of constitutional order as directed by the Authority of Heads of State and Government. Now, the ECOWAS Commission reaffirms its commitment in finding a negotiated solution to the political impasse. It stressed that Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali remain important members of the community. The statement earlier informed its attention drawn to a broadcast on the national televisions of Mali and Niger, announcing their intention of withdrawing from ECOWAS. The Commission further stressed that it is yet to receive any formal notification from the 3 member states about their decision to withdraw from the community. All right, we have a guest joining me live, Dr. Mukhtar Imam, and Dr. Imam is a foreign affairs analyst. Dr. Imam, thank you for joining me on the news segment of Newsline tonight. So let's begin by looking at the implications of the withdrawal of the 3 members of ECOWAS, that's Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso.
Forgive me, I had my speaker on mute.
Okay, yes, I just repeat my question. Now that
it's fine. I got the question.
Okay, that's good. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you. first and foremost, I think it's important to state that it's rather unfortunate that at a time when the world and in particular low-income economies and countries in the global south are in dire need of multilateralism, or witnessing yet again another decline in multilateralism when we should be seeing an increase in it. That is rather very unfortunate. As far as the implications are concerned, there are implications, multidimensional implications, as far as the withdrawal of these three very important states. They're very crucial, of course, in all respects. Well, first and foremost, ECOWAS was established on the footing of having or being a body to deepen economic integration across the subcontinent and by implication the entire continent. Saying that a country that is very instrumental in the area of achieving that goal. When you take, for example, the ECO, which was established and which member states have promised to be floated in 2027, that is creating a common currency and so on and so forth for the sub-region. This has dealt a great blow to that policy, which, of course, is beginning to wane. Momentum around it is beginning to wane. And this is not a good commentary for ECOWAS as a body. So in terms of economy, it hasn't done so well. And it doesn't just stop with ECO. This is also going to have a wider implication across the entire continent for the African Free Trade Continental Agreement, even though it is seeing some degree of success. But the reality is having a withdrawal of this nature isn't so good for the psyche of countries who are member states within the region. Because there's something called the psychological effect, which in military parlance is referred to as the bushfire effect. We might begin to see a replica of such withdrawal from countries who find themselves either aggrieved or not agreeing with certain position as far as the international body is concerned, or regional body is concerned. That's one. The second aspect
Dr. Imam, let me pause you. The three states, said they are pulling out of the union because, according to them, ECOWAS had not lived to the ideals of the founding fathers. And like you rightly observed, the initial goal of ECOWAS was economic integration. And then after that, of course, we saw that the protocols got, reviewed over time to include good governance and, of course, intervention in socio-political issues. So do you think that this reason, is it germane? Is it, what do you make of it?
Well, as far as the reason itself, I think it's a rather subjective terrain. The reality is you ask yourself these very critical questions. Why are there celebrations when there's a military incursion? Take the case of Niger, for example. We saw the turnout of people on the streets. It goes to tell you that there are fundamental issues that require attention. It goes to tell you that there are concerns amongst people within this union. It goes to tell you that there are elements of discords and discontent and disagreement as far as what we see as framework of governance within the region is concerned. And it's not just incidentally or fortunately, it is not just an African problem. It's a global phenomenon today. We're witnessing democratic reversals, and people are beginning to show their dissatisfaction with lack of dividends of governance. People are beginning to show their dissatisfaction with governments not meeting up or measuring up to the ideals like these individuals have mentioned, or this junta have mentioned, of the lack of Pan-Africanism, the lack of resource nationalism, and so on and so forth. So it speaks to some of these very deep fundamental issues. So as far as the implications are concerned, there are two very important issues that has to be stressed here. One of them is the foreign policy issue. And it speaks to how particularly the chair has to do so much. And then security.
Dr. Imam, I'm sorry, we'll have to leave it at that. The pulling out has a lot of implications that, of course, we cannot exhaust here. Meanwhile, thank you very much for the perspectives that you have given us concerning this matter. Dr. Mukhtar Imam is a foreign affairs analyst and he joined us, of course, via Zoom from Lagos. Thank you. The fight against the common enemy of Nigeria requires the whole of... Sorry, I think I just take this story now. The Nigerian Air Force has formally apologized to members of the Rukubi community in Doma, local government area of Nasarawa State, where an airstrike claimed the lives of herders and their livestock on January 24, 2023. Now, the reconciliatory move follows the conclusion of investigations and comes exactly 1 year after the incident, which the Cattle Breeders Association, Miyetti Allah, described as a blast coming from the air, while members were offloading cattle from vehicles.
And the essence is to espouse and show forth all the tenets of strategic leadership. It's aimed at producing results in the society.
And we'll try our best to formulate policies and strategies that will take Nigeria to a greater and higher level.
The occasion also serves to emphasize the importance of unity and collaboration among the armed forces and civil authorities in achieving national security objectives.
Leadership has direction, has view, has a vision. So walking through that vision and mobilizing people to achieve that goal is what makes a leader different from the manager.
The event concluded with a collaborative working session where participants engaged in discussions on vital strategic issues, including national security, economic development, and technology integration to improve defense capabilities. The event is also aimed at rethinking the way leadership is handled in government agencies. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
All right, and that was a story from Naja'atu. We do apologize for the slight disruption there, but we continue now with the fight against the common enemy of Nigeria, which is said requires the whole of society approach, which encourages a consistent means of mobilization and risk reduction policy in combating insecurity head-on. Now, Commander, Nigerian Army Corps of Artillery, Kontagora, Major General Marcus Kanye, gave this advice at the combined West Africa Social Activities WASA of the Corps at the headquarters, Nigerian Army Training Center, and the 311 Artillery Regiment Kontagora Cantonment in Niger State. Mukhtar Wowo reports. And that story, we'll bring you that story by Mukhtar Wowo in the course of our bulletin. Let's bring a story from the FCT now. And the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has directed area councils chairmen to hold monthly security meetings in their domain. The minister gave this directive during the last leg of the security town hall meeting in Kuje. Onoze Yakubu was there.
Difficult terrain coupled with the deplorable condition of access and community routes, as well as mining activities, are what the criminal elements are taking advantage of to perpetrate their activities. It is in the light of this that the council chairman and the governor of Kuje are appealing for the quick intervention in this regard.
As a leader who does not compromise quality and standards in all your projects, we passionately appeal that our observation be considered and our design be maintained so that the road can be dualized, sir.
We have some terrain, terrible terrain in Kuje area council. The whole place, there is no access road. Honestly speaking, Mr. Minister, we need your urgent attention.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says security is one of the priorities of President Bola Tinubu's administration. Hence the need to enhance infrastructure development in communities.
When I saw the file of Arab contractors, I didn't know it was the route from the express. I said, no, keep it aside, I'm not sure of this contract. But now that I know it is correct, I will go back and revisit the file. If you don't hold regular security, you will not know the problems. So you must, as a matter of at the once in every month.
He, however, appealed to the informants to turn a new leaf or be ready to face the consequences of their action. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
And the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says the federal government is taking measures to confront the challenges rising from inflation and threats to security in parts of the country. The minister, in a statement, says government fully acknowledges the duty and responsibility of care it owes every Nigerian across the lines of age, gender, religion, and ethnicity, as well as social class. Now, one of Nigeria's first-tier multinational telecommunication companies, Globacom Nigeria Limited, is rewarding its premium customers with some of the most imaginative and intriguing gifts ever. Now, this is coming under its Festival of Joy promo, and it is holding concurrently in Abuja, Lagos, and Warri. Bosede Ubel reports.
Just as the telecommunications sector continues to contribute to the nation's economy, so also has the telecommunications giant Globacom Nigeria Limited. This time around, Glo focused on high net worth subscribers for their loyalty and support to the brand. In Abuja, Shola Dani Adetiba and Shitu Tanko are the winners of the business class return ticket packages for Lagos-Paris, London-Lagos.
I feel good, I feel happy. It did not occur to me that I will be a winner.
We have not potted, we did not change clan, we did not change team. We've been with the Glo team forever, so that it came about now is not coming too late.
The company says the presentations are fulfillment of its commitment to Nigerians and the affirmation of the resolve to constantly add value to the subscribers' well-being.
Value them, right. Over the years, we've been having a series of promos on a yearly basis, but this is particularly targeted at those category of customers, just to let them know that yes, we value their patronage and we appreciate them. That's why this is targeted for our network customers.
And it also helps the brand. As, like I said, the foremost Nigerian telecommunication brand, Glo has done very well with this initiative, and I want to commend them, and I want to also encourage their customers to stay loyal and faithful with them.
Similar presentations were simultaneously held in Lagos and Warri.
I got a call from an unknown number, and the man said, "Oh, congratulations, Mr. Ondi. You have won business class ticket to London, Paris, Nigeria. Choose." So I've prayed that when they meet you, I will win. I didn't know my hand would be this quick.
It's the #1 network in Nigeria that you can trust.
Glo is #1 customer-friendly company in Nigeria.
And I thank Globacom Limited for this wonderful feat they have given to us.
Glo Nigeria Limited and the organizers of the Festival of Joy promo say it will become a tradition as they continue to spread joy to their loyal subscribers across the country. In Abuja, Bosede Able, NTA News.
So in another development, the indigenous digital telecommunication network provider Globacom is charging its staff to work in unison and sustain the zeal as the company is set to bring more innovation that will serve the public better. Executive Vice Chairman, Globacom Limited, Bella Disu, gave the charge at the company's 20th anniversary in Lagos. Diana Ajali reports that several staff who distinguished themselves in various ways were also recognized.
It was fun all the way for staff of Nigeria's leading digital service provider, Globacom Limited, when they converged on Lagos in celebration of the company's 20th anniversary in grand style. The celebration was not one for speech-making, but it was rather a time to celebrate the company's success story and appreciate those who have been working behind the scene day and night, while ensuring Glo subscribers get the needed services they deserve.
We're celebrating Globacom at 20. It's going to be another 20 years and more of innovative solutions and making sure that our customers are connected in all ways that they can be.
Glo has been the best and is going to continue to be the best. So we're not going to fall short of the standard we have already maintained.
The award ceremony, which comes in different categories, include Distinguished Awardees and Longest Service Award.
I feel honored. I'm proud to be part of this beautiful family called Globacom. First of all, I should say a big thank you to my blessed chairman.
It's been a fantastic experience, professionally and on the human side too.
Big milestone, and I know we are going further. We are going to achieve much more.
The celebration featured cultural performances showcasing the country's major tribes, best dressed cultural attire, singing and dancing competitions by staff. Other highlights of the evening were different categories of competitions for staff, which also attracted handsome rewards from the company. These include Mr. and Ms. Glo pageants, where Ifogalo Ashaka, who emerged Mr. Glo, went home with 2 million naira, while Gift Okafo, who was decorated as Ms. Glo, also went home with 2 million naira. A total of 89 staff were recognized with lots of giveaway cash prizes for many others. Since inception, Globacom Limited has continued to distinguish itself through various life-changing initiatives and has pledged to do more. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
Let's turn our attention now to the NDLEA Operations, and the agency says it has arrested a Brazil returnee, Udechukwu Ekene Theophilus, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, for ingesting 70 wraps of cocaine. Zenret reports on this and other activities of the agency.
The suspect was arrested during clearance of passengers at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, on board Ethiopian Airlines from Sao Paulo, Brazil, en route Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. While he was interrogated by the officials of the NDLEA, Udechukwu said he ingested the consignment in Brazil and was to discharge everything at the airport in Addis Ababa, but could only excrete 15 pellets, which he handed over to another member of his syndicate before his connecting flights to Nigeria. In a related development, at the Lagos airport, NDLEA also intercepted 12 cartons of tramadol containing over 500,000 pills. The effort was as a result of the joint examination with other agencies. In Kano, the agency also arrested a suspect known as Shanwilu Idris at Gadel Tamburawa area of the state with a large number of cannabis. NDLEA also arrested Musa Galadima along Gombe Bauchi Road with cannabis. Similar operations was also conducted along Layinzana area of Jos Plateau State, which involved a suspect known as Aminu Banta. The agency has declared wanted the former beauty queen Oluwadamilola Adenoye, who escaped her residence during the operations of the staff of the agency, following credible intelligence that she deals in illicit substances. While reaffirming its commitment towards fighting drug trafficking, the agency is calling on the public to continue to give them maximum support towards fighting all forms of illicit trafficking.
That was our correspondent Zenret Digmum on the activities of the NDLEA. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu directs the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure that the country remains food secured. Now, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, stated this when he hosted Niger and Sokoto state governors in Abuja. Musa Aliyu has the story.
Niger is the largest state in Nigeria in terms of land mass, housing more than 1 million hectares of irrigable land. The state is also ranked the largest producer of rice paddy in Nigeria and also a leading producer of yam. However, in the areas of processing and export, the state is lagging behind. This therefore necessitated a visit by the state governor to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture seeking for partnership.
Niger State,
the governor told the minister that he is targeting 1 million hectares of land this year for cultivation of assorted food in the state.
And we are deploying irrigation pumps. Some of them are renewable energy, understanding the need for us to reduce carbon emission. We have attracted over $1 billion investment in agricultural mechanization and technology in the last 6 months.
Sokoto State Governor was also in the ministry. He explained some of the measures his administration is taking to ensure farmers in the state increase productivity.
That our major concern
in Sokoto State, as far as food production is concerned, is the issue of armed banditry affecting some part of the state. There is no way without security farmers can go to the farm.
The Minister of Agriculture says the ministry is mandated to ensure availability of food in the country and seeks for state governors' support.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is dedicated to implementing stringent measures in the forthcoming dry, wet season farming for rice, maize, and cassava to ensure transparent distribution of agro-inputs and targeting genuine farmers.
Sokoto State is recognized as one of the leading states in vegetable and livestock production in the country. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
All right, let's quickly return to the message of the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris. And he says that the federal government is taking measures to confront challenges arising from inflation and threats to security in different parts of the country. Damian Momso Dati has that report. And the introduction of the Special Economic Livelihood Support Intervention for victims of 2022 flood and vulnerable persons across the country by the federal government to set the list rekindles the hope of victims. Now, National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has executed the program across the 36 states of the Federation, including Anambra and the FCT. Ilyasu Yakubu reports.
Items distributed include rice, maize and yam seedlings, food and non-food items, grinding and sewing machines. Other items include farm inputs like fertilizer, pesticides and knapsack sprayers for farmers and artisans, as well as rehabilitation of the victims to help them regain some means of livelihood. Olusegun Afolayan, NEMA's coordinator of the program in Anambra State, says the agency, in collaboration with the Anambra State Emergency Management Agency, have been working to ensure equitable distribution of the items to the beneficiaries. He said this federal government initiative has greatly impacted the lives of the people who had completely lost hope when the incident occurred.
Everywhere we went to, we educate them to make maximum use of it, not to sell the equipment, to use it for the purpose of which it was given to them, so as to enhance the food basket of this Anambra State, and for them to be able to have an income for spending for their household.
Representative of the Anambra State government thanked the federal government for the show of solidarity and alleviating the plight of the people. Ilyasu Yakubu, NTA News.
And the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has emphasized the need for state governments to constitute a special task force to enforce discipline on individuals that sabotage the efforts of the federal government in providing quality roads for the people. He stated this during his recent tour of Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway to ascertain the extent of work done by the contractors. Ifeoma Ndiokolie reports.
Contractors handling the 56.1 kilometer Umuahia Tower Aba section of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway went back to site following an appeal by the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, during his inspection to our finished and ongoing federal roads project in the southeast.
I was here partly during December, and I was very, very impressed with the quality of work they are doing. When I see their commitment in the removal of refuse and using sharp sand to do the filling, I was so impressed.
Umahi, however, frowned at what is described as unruly behaviors of some traders on that road axis.
After the federal government has spent so much money constructing this road, you see people, loading on the road. You see people trading I think half of the traders in Aba are having their, shops right on the main road.
The Federal Controller of Works in Abia State said they are transforming the old median from the Aba-Port Harcourt section into main carriageway to accommodate the heavy movement of trucks on that road axis.
From Tower to Osisioma Bridge, you have dual carriageway. After the bridge, you now have 4 carriageways. We will just have less than just about 3 kilometers to finish this one, and then about 5 kilometers to finish the Aba-bound carriageway.
Before, this road is the condition of this road before is not good at all. But as of now, the road, as I see the road now, within a short time, any person who ride this place will know that government has changed.
I'm very, very happy because when the road is completed, development will come.
It is expected that the road will be completed before the end of the second quarter of this year, 2024. In Umuahia, Ifeoma Ndu-Okoli, NTA News.
All right, at this point, I just let my pen down. Invite Bade Adeleye on AFCON 2023 update. Bade, I don't want to ask how you're feeling, but let me just ask one question before you get on with the business of the night. 5-3-2, 5-4-1, that has been our traditional defense strategy, and it seems to be working for us, isn't it?
It's working. The only problem there is that, when it comes to the attack line, there might not be, loads of, balls going there. But at the same time, we have strikers, especially Osimhen, that can come back to the midfield, to get the ball. So, for now, so far so good. It's been working. Hello and welcome to AFCON Update. Now, after yet another famous victory over arch rivals